Hi friends, and welcome to Ouroboros Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is a pick a card reading looking into how it is that the person on your mind is feeling now that you have cut them off. I'm apologizing in advance for my hoarse voice. I'm getting over a cold. I feel fine. But yeah, this is just how my voice is going to sound for this video. And I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from today. Pile 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy, as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you skipped over the introduction, I want to apologize for my voice. I know it's not the greatest sounding right now. I feel fine, but I'm still recovering, obviously, from a cold. Today is going to be kind of a shorter reading just because I don't have much of a voice, but we're going to be looking into how it is that they're feeling now that you have cut them off. And how I've chosen to do this is we are going to look into how they're now viewing themselves since you cut them off, how they're viewing you since they cut you off, or you cut them off, and then how they're feeling. And then, of course, we'll get advice at the end. So when it comes to how they're viewing themselves, we have the teacher. The light attribute is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. And the shadow attributes are manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits, and destructive skills. We have the bear. And we have the Magellanic penguin, with the keyword being commitment. And then when it comes to how they are currently seeing you, we have the student. The light attributes are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. And the shadow attribute is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. We also have the phoenix. We have the grasshopper with the keyword being power. I think we're going to have to move these over. There. And then we have the trickster. The light attribute is transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And the shadow attribute is manipulating others through duplicity. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what I'm seeing first, just a little bit about what I'm seeing, because I think we're going to get more information once we pull the cards. So I'm just going to tell you what my gut is kind of saying currently. I kind of feel like, pile 1, your person is looking back at themselves as somebody who potentially was focusing on the wrong things within this connection. They may have thought that they were better than you, or they may have thought that they had better, social skills, or they were more ready for a relationship of some kind. I don't know. I get the feeling here of somebody who thinks very highly of themselves, or at least thought very highly of themselves in the past. And I'm almost wondering if for some of you, they really wanted you to change. There were certain aspects about you that they felt were flawed, and they really wanted you to change. And I think that it's kind of ironic that then over here we have the student, and you're the one who cut this person off. I feel like what they're realizing is that their behavior, their approach to connecting with you, their approach to making you change, their approach to trying to control or manipulate backfired. And I feel like they were very much so asleep to how it was that you were feeling. Like they feel as though they were asleep and unaware of this. I think it may have come as a shock for some of them. And they're looking at you now as somebody who really surprised them, and really stepped into their power, took the lessons that they gave you and completely used it to your advantage. I don't think that you necessarily learned the lessons they were trying to teach you, but I do think that they were a catalyst to inspiring you to make some changes in your life. And I feel as though this person is seeing you as somebody who is succeeding, somebody who's won. Like if they were looking at this as a competition, you won. Or like a power game, you won. But let's go ahead and get into tarot and see what else comes through. Okay, Spirit, we're looking into pile 1. How does pile 1's person feel now that they've been cut off? Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles. How does pile 1's person feel? The Knight of Pentacles. The 8 of Cups. The 6 of Swords. We have Death. Judgment. The 7 of Cups and okay, we have the 8 of Wands. Interesting. So for like a small portion of you guys, I feel like you may have been cheating on this person, or there was like a betrayal of some kind, or like you didn't leave until you had another type of relationship set up. There's kind of like, or it could be the other way around and it was them who was in this dynamic. But it feels like there's honestly like a little bit of peace in their mind now with having been cut off. Whether it's because the 2 of you were arguing, or whether it was because they couldn't keep their things in order when it came to secrets and stories they were saying and things like that. It could be that they're finding peace in, or they're searching for peace currently in friendships, their friends, their close circle of friends, but there also could be a lot of like substances involved right now. Like, I don't think that this person is necessarily coping with this in a healthy way. I don't feel as though they're feeling their feelings. I feel like they're more so in their head about how to kind of make these uncomfortable feelings go away. And I think that one thing that they're feeling very on the fence about is whether or not they should contact you. I think that for a lot of you, this person really wants to communicate, but at the same time, they're unsure of how they'd be received. They're unsure of what would come from that conversation, that interaction. They just feel unsure and they don't know. They don't know what to do. And I think that also, like, there may have been a lot of options on the table for this person, or this person may have appeared to have had a lot of options on the table. And I feel like they kind of have like whiplash right now, like from how quickly things changed, from where they felt as though they had the power to how quickly things reversed. I do feel like, did I get the bottom of the deck? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this person is feeling very prideful currently. It's like there's acknowledgement here that what they did, like whatever transpired between the 2 of you, they got what they deserved. There's this energy of like understanding that they got what they deserve. Now, whether or not you betrayed them or you cheated on them, it could be that they feel as though they were unaware. They weren't paying attention to the right things. They didn't realize that you were so unhappy. They didn't realize that they were, or they knew and they chose to focus on other things. And I think that their pride is kind of very bruised right now. And there's acknowledgement that like where they're at right now is their fault. But when it comes to like them actually feeling that pain, feeling that remorse, feeling that longing, this person seems very much so cut off from themselves. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. know this is a really short reading, but this is really all my voice can do for today. Let's go ahead and get you guys some advice before we close this reading out. My Etsy shop is still open, and so is my Amazon wish list. If you want to book a reading through purchasing a deck on the wish list or through purchasing a reading on my Etsy shop, both of those options are still available. Okay, Spirit, we're looking into pile 1. What advice is there for pile 1? What do their guides want them to hear today when it comes to this connection? That's beautiful. These two cards are stuck together. Okay. Personal growth. As I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they helped me get to where I am, but now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. This image is kind of giving me the same vibes as this grasshopper, and I heard leaps and bounds. Like, I think this person is seeing how far you've come, how much you've changed, and your guides are acknowledging this as well. And there's applause here. There's acknowledgement here that you are expanding, you are evolving. There's a lot of beautiful things happening for you right now, pile 1. And we have self-love. Yeah, this goes hand in hand with personal growth. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I'll ever have. I show myself love any way that I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? And one more, please, Spirit. What do their guides want them to hear today when it comes to this connection? What do pile 1's guides want them to hear today? Story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. So I think that what this is telling me, at least what I'm seeing with this, is that the path that you have chosen for yourself when it comes to this connection is the right path for you. And as long as you follow, as long as your choices are in alignment with loving yourself, you'll continue to be on a path that's going to bring you joy. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 1. Thank you so much for sitting through this, listening to my voice. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so already, I would love it if you liked this video, commented, subscribed to my channel. Anything to help support me and my channel would be, I would just really appreciate it. And if I don't see you guys for a personal reading, I hope I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. Hi, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. I want to apologize in advance if you weren't with us for the introduction. I am getting over a cold, so my voice is a little raw right now. I feel fine. This reading will be a little bit shorter than usual, though. And this reading is going to be looking into how the person on your mind is feeling now that you've cut them off. And how I've chosen to do this is we're going to look into how they're viewing themselves now that you've cut them off, how they're viewing you now that you've cut them off, and then we'll pull tarot to see how they're feeling. Okay, so when it comes to how they are currently seeing themselves, pile 2, we have the Exorcist. The light attribute is freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses, and the shadow attribute is fear of facing your own demons. We have the Tiger. And we have the Ladybug, with the keyword being fortunate. Okay. And then when it comes to how they are currently viewing you, let's see, we'll start with this. We have the Pangolin, with the keyword being protect. We have the Golden Egg. We have the scribe, with the light attribute being preserving knowledge and information, and the shadow attribute is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. And we have the Messiah. The light attribute is serving humanity with humility, and the shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Okay. So right off the bat, what I would say is that this person is seeing themselves as somebody who was weak, somebody who didn't step up to the plate when it was time, somebody who took you for granted, somebody who knew what they wanted, but it scared them, and so they didn't even try. Like I feel like there's an element of regret here. We'll see in the tarot, but it feels like there's an element of regret here, and there's an element of like them ruining a good thing because they weren't brave enough. When they're viewing you, I sense that they're viewing you as somebody who wore their heart on their sleeve. Like, if you're worried that this person is confused about how you felt about them or about why you cut them off or anything like that, there's no confusion here for this person. This person understands that there was like a great deal of care and a great deal of like wanting to get to know one another if this was a newer connection. You had the capacity to be vulnerable. You were opening your heart space. They know that this connection meant something to you or meant a lot to you. You wanted it to mean more. They knew what your intentions were, is what I'm trying to say. And they're looking back now and they're seeing that what you did, even though they may not necessarily agree with it, who knows, maybe we'll find out in the tarot, was the right decision for you. You were doing what was best for you. I don't think that this person is viewing you as like a villain or viewing you as somebody who is, being overly emotional and dramatic. They're viewing you as somebody who had to do what is best for you, because this person was not capable of holding your heart with the care that it deserved for the time being. And I think that there's also this element of them understanding that like if they were to come back, you would not let things slide. Like you wouldn't just sweep things under the rug. You will remember and you will hold them accountable for anything that has happened between the two of you. But I think they're seeing you as like in a very positive light. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. Okay, Spirit, pile 2. How does pile 2's person feel now that they've been cut off? So we have the 4 of Wands. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Devil. We have Justice. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Sun. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, and then we have the Hermit and the 8 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. I want to get one more card, actually. Okay. So I feel like your person is, this is like kind of conflicting energy. Like it feels like they are searching for what they felt, or they're searching for aspects of you, like in other people. It feels like they're not necessarily facing everything that has happened in some capacity. Like I sense that like it may not necessarily hit them, or they may feel as though this isn't something that's like a permanent cutoff. I think that they feel as though with some time things may change, and I think that this person might be very well be biding their time. And I see that with the Four of Swords and the Sun, and I also see that with Justice, the Eight of Wands, and the Hermit. I feel like they're right now really wanting things to come back into balance. They're wanting to allow the dust to settle before they really make a move. And also I think that there is like some reflection going on here that this person is doing. And I think that there is some healing that is happening here. Like this person is understanding where it is that they went wrong. And I think that that's something that they're aware of, that needs to be nurtured, that needs to be healed. I do think that like there are moments where this person is pretty avoidant of their feelings and goes back into old patterns for some of you. But for the most part, I feel like this person feels like they're ready for something new for themselves, like in terms of evolving. They're ready to be the person that they've always known they can be. They're ready to be the person that you saw them as. And I don't feel like they feel as though they've mastered that by any means. I think that they feel very uncomfortable in this. But they're doing it. They're slowing down. I get this feeling that there's this person's lifestyle or their thoughts or their approach to things is slowing down. There's more intention, like this person is trying to live intentionally. And I think for some of you, there may even be other things going on in this person's life that they are currently having to work through. And while they're like, I think that they see that as a benefit of the distance between the two of you. They can focus on what it is that they need to focus on outside of this connection. Yeah. And I think for some of you, there's a little bit of regret here for having taken things too slowly, or for not having taken what you were saying seriously. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get you some advice. What advice is there for pile 2 when it comes to this connection? What do their guides want them to hear today? Love. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors. Like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try. Or how about the chills I get while singing along to Name of Song, You Know the One. Let's get another one. We have manifestation. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? I'm sorry, I'm like zoning out right now. I need to recenter. Come back in. Come back. Okay. Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting, but don't use that word if you don't want to. And we have don't take it personally. Yeah, I definitely picked up on that with when I was saying that, like, it feels as though they're appreciative of this space because they have other things going on that they need to work through. But it says, don't take it personally. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yes, that's probably it. Okay, pile 2. Well, that is what I'm seeing for you guys today. Thank you so much for giving me this chance to read for you. My Etsy shop and my Amazon wishlist are both still open. So if you want to book personal readings either through purchasing a deck on Amazon or by purchasing a reading through Etsy, you can do that in the description box of this video. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And I would love it. I would really appreciate it if you could like, comment, subscribe, anything to kind of support this channel. It means a lot to me. But that's all I have for you today. If I don't see you guys in a personal reading, I hope that I'll see you in another reading soon. Bye. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. I apologize that my voice sounds so hoarse. I'm getting over a cold. Hopefully I will have my voice back to normal for the next reading. But today we're going to be looking into how it is that the person on your mind is feeling now that you have cut them off. And how I've chosen to do that today is we are going to look into how they're currently viewing themselves now that you've cut them off, how they're viewing you, and how they're feeling. This will probably be a shorter reading, just because my voice is pretty hoarse right now. But let's go ahead and get into it. So they're currently seeing themselves as the victim. The light attribute is prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. And the shadow attributes are playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Oh, okay, and then we have the taper with the keyword being grasp and the unicorn. When it comes to how they are currently seeing you, we have the flamingo with the keyword being sustenance. We have the whale. And we have the hermit. The light attribute is seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. And the shadow attributes are withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. Okay. How are they currently seeing you and themselves? I keep getting the vibe that, like, this person is seeing you as somebody who was right. You were right after all, is kind of what I'm seeing. I think your person is seeing you as somebody who knows that they deserve more. And they're also starting to see that they potentially deserve more as well. Like, this could be an issue of, like, incompatibility, or it could be an issue of the two of you being at a crossroads in life. And I feel like this person, for whatever reason, is looking back at themselves and is seeing how helpless they made themselves. It seems like they were putting a lot on you. They were requiring a lot of you, or they were demanding a lot from you. And it was unfair. And it was unfair, and it was, I think that this person has woken up, like, has actually taken a look in the mirror and is kind of cringing right now at how they've behaved. I think that they are honestly viewing you in a very high regard in regards to the ability to make difficult decisions, in regards to the ability to know what is right for you, what is best for you, and to follow through with that. I think that this person struggles with knowing what's best for them, knowing which direction to go. Like they feel directionless. They feel like they don't, like I feel like they might be looking back at themselves and seeing themselves as somebody who has had very low self-worth for a very long time. And it has been reflected back to them in how they treat others as well as how others treat them. But let's go ahead and get some tarot. Okay, Spirit, how is pile 3's person feeling now that they've been cut off? How is pile 3's person feeling now that they've been cut off? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this Ace of Pentacles, and then also the 5 of Swords came through, so I'm going to take that as well. Okay. We have the 7 of Swords. Okay, we have the Moon. I think this is the Sun. Yeah, we have the Sun. I'm going to take it. And then we also have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, why is the Ace of Pentacles here? We have the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. Why is the 5 of Swords here? We have the Queen of Wands. Why is the 7 of Wands here? We have the 8 of Swords and the Page of Swords. And why is the 6 of Pentacles reversed? Oh, okay. We have the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Pentacles. It's interesting because I feel like this person is truly desiring like a second chance. Like they're desiring an opportunity for the two of you to work together. But also there's this, I feel like they know that you were right. There's something that was going on that you were right about, is like what keeps coming through. And I think that they're becoming more curious. They're becoming more open to this idea of them having more power than they think they do, of them realizing that they are not helpless, that they are not, their life is not dictated by the reactions or actions of others. They have like the ability to create a path for themselves. They have the ability to make their own choices. They have the ability to make difficult choices. And I think that this is something that it's very recent that they've begun to realize this. I also feel like they're understanding that, like, I feel like there's an understanding here of you needed to do what you needed to do in order for you to succeed in life, in relationships, like whatever the case may be. There's an understanding here that, like, you did not see a way for this connection to, there wasn't a win-win, but there was a way for you to win. And it's not up to you. It wasn't up to you to decide how this person approaches whether or not they win or lose by going your separate ways, right? Like, I think in the past they may have put that responsibility on you. Like, if you leave me or if you do this, then I'm going to feel this way. And why are you doing, like really putting it on you. And I think that there's this understanding now that, like, I feel like there may even be some compassion here toward you, when it comes to the choices that you've made, when it comes to your strength. There's compassion here. this person is, like I said earlier, like I feel like there's this cringy feeling of them looking back and reflecting on their behavior, and they're embarrassed or they're ashamed. And I think that like they're like on the fence, like I feel like they're afraid. They still feel fear. They feel fear of what's to come. They feel afraid of choosing a path, right? They feel anxious, but they know, like there's an awareness here that the path that they choose is one, if they choose it, you know, with a lot of intention, with a lot of thought, it's one that will bring them peace. But there has to be intention there. So there's this one aspect of it, and then there's this other aspect of it where they feel as though they want to fight for this connection, but they also understand that you don't necessarily feel the same way. Like I think that they're really feeling as though you want this to be over. And I think that like they see that as like a huge wall, and they're unsure if they could ever you know, climb that or break the wall down. But I think that this connection is, or what happened, like this, I think that the two of you going your separate ways, you cutting this person off was giving them an opportunity to heal. Like this person is finally able to see things as they are, rather than how their anxieties have been telling them they are. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Let's go ahead and let's get some advice for you. What do Pile 3's guides want Pile 3 to hear when it comes to this connection? Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar, and the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. Okay, we have connections. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. And we have joy. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today, I will add joy to everything, really slather it on. Today, I am the Orville Redenbacher of joy, and life's popcorn is about to get it. Yeah, I feel like your guides are telling you to trust your intuition, to trust the choices that you're making, to continue to listen to that voice within you, that inner knowing, and to understand, like to remind yourself that it's okay to be feeling whatever it is that you're feeling currently. It's okay. But it's important to remind yourself that to remind yourself daily or often of the things that do bring you joy, to not just have tunnel vision pointing towards something that is causing you grief or unhappiness. And this might be a good time to really lean on your friendships, really lean on your family. But obviously take these as they resonate for you first and foremost. But that is what I'm seeing for you guys today, Pile 3. Thank you so much for giving me this chance to read for you. If this is your first time clicking on my channel, thank you so much for clicking, and I hope that you like this video, comment on it, subscribe to my channel. Your support it means a lot to me. And I still have personal readings open both in my Etsy shop. You can buy a deck in exchange for a reading, or you can go to my Etsy shop. Did I say Amazon wishlist for decks, Etsy shop for other readings, so 1, 2, 3, 4 question readings, things like that. But yeah, if I don't see you in a personal reading, I hope that I will see you in another video soon. Bye.